Hello everyone, welcome to Brilbook. In this video, we will have a look at purchase order management. We will cover the following topics in this video. Creation of purchase order and purchase order line, submission of purchase order, creation of arrival against purchase order and receipt purchase order. To start with this video, we will be creating the purchase order record. To create a purchase order record, first we need to log into Brilbook. Here I have already logged into the Brilbook with the purchase user. The purchase user is the user who having access to create and submit the purchase order record. To create the purchase order record, navigate to the procurement menu, expand the procurement menu group and click on the purchase order menu. Collapse this menu list. Here you can see the list page of purchase order. With the help of create button, we will create the purchase order record. Here you can see the create page of purchase order. Now I am going to add the details to the required and mandatory field of this form. Here I am going to add the vendor, add expected delivery date, here you can change the currency from Indian rupee to euro, pound sterling and US dollar as per your requirement for this purchase order record. After successfully add the details to the purchase order, click on save button to save this record. Here you can see the detail page of purchase order having the lines tab besides the details tab. Click on the lines tab. Here you can see the purchase order lines grid. With the help of create button, we will create the purchase order line record. Here you can see the purchase order lines create page. Now I am going to add the details to the required and mandatory field of this form. Select item, select entity. Here you can select the item from component or a product. Add quantity. Select site and warehouse. Add per unit price. For the purchase order line, you can set the discount in percentage and amount. If you set the discount type as percentage, the discount percentage field appear below the discount type. If you select the discount type as amount, then discount amount rupees field is appear below the discount type. Here I am add the discount as 148 rupees. You can add the tax group from this drop down or tax from this drop down as per your requirement. After successfully add the details to the purchase order line, click on save and close button. It will help to save the purchase order line and we will redirect to the purchase order details page. Now our next step is to submit this purchase order record. To submit this purchase order record, click on the submit button. Here you can see the purchase order status is marked as sent. Now our next step is to create the arrival record for this purchase order. For creation of arrival, first we need to log out with the purchase user and log in to the inventory user. Click on login. For creation of arrival, navigate to the inventory menu group, expand the inventory menu group and click on arrivals menu. Here you can see the list page of arrival. With the help of create button, we will create the arrival record. Here you can see the create page of arrival. Now I am going to add the details for required and mandatory field of this arrival record. Add date and time, select site, select warehouse and select arrival location. After successfully add the details, click on save button to save this record. Here you can see the details page of arrival having lines tab besides the details tab. Click on lines tab. Here you can see the arrival lines grid. With the help of create button, we will create the arrival line record. Here you can see the create page of arrival line. Now I am going to add the details to required and mandatory field of this form. Select purchase order. Select purchase order line. Add receive weight. Add thickness. After successfully add the details on arrival line, click on save and close button. Click on save button to save this record. Now I am going to add two locations for the arrival line. select entity and select the to location for this arrival line. After that, click on Save and Close button to save arrival line record, and we will redirect to the arrivals detail page. Click on hyperlink. It will help to navigate back to the arrivals detail page. After successfully create arrival and arrival line record, now our next step is to submit this arrival record. For that, click on Submit button. Here you can see the status of arrival get changed from new to approved. Now click on Process button to process this arrival record. Here you can see the arrival status is marked as process. Now our next step is to check the purchase order and purchase order line status. For that, navigate to the Lines tab, click on Lines tab, open this arrival line record. Click on hyperlink present in the purchase order field. Here you can see the purchase order status is marked as received. Now we check the purchase order line status. Navigate to the Lines tab, change the query at sent or partial received line. Change the query as all purchase order lines. Here you can see the purchase order line and status of purchase order line is marked as received. So in this video we had an overview for complete purchase order management, starting from purchase order creation of purchase order line, submit the purchase order, create and process the arrival against the purchase order, and statuses of purchase order and purchase order line. Thank you.